What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Viall Files Reality Recap Edition. I'm your host, Nick, and we are back in Vancouver. Natalie is asleep.
Sorry, we had a crazy night last night.
We're drama.
What happened last
We're
night?
Drama follows us.
Yeah, we're drama.
We want to be so simple and meek.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't allow for us.
Yeah, we just want to be easy to be around, easy to work with, you know, which I feel like we are.
I don't know. Some people would disagree.
Yeah.
Well, we finished our work day yesterday.
Yeah.
A busy day. We finished a little late. So we were going from Whistler to Vancouver. We had my mom, we had River, Nick and I. It's like a 2-hour drive, hour and 45-minute drive.
Well, we have to set the stage a little bit. We were planning on coming and making the commute earlier, but a last minute work dinner got scheduled, and it was important for us to be there. And so we made the executive decision to delay our commute. Which, by the way, it just reminds me, I think I've told you this story before, but
the butterfly effect.
No, not that one.
Okay.
But,
The other one.
listen, I just when we
Nick's
tell the
quickly
story,
changing his story, not that one.
sorry,
Yeah.
I'm on no sleep. Anyways, listen, I'm glad I get to do life with you, and I'm glad that we work together
I was
and
also-
we do everything together. I mean, that sounds. We do everything together.
We do
zoom in on that
everything
hand.
together.
But listen, when I remember being a young man, I was in my early 20s, and one of my uncles is a very successful businessman, right? And he was kind of like my professional role model. And my first girlfriend, drama. We broke up, got back together. And one of our breakups, I was sulking, and my aunt came up to me, and she was trying to basically talk shit about her in the nicest possible way, and trying to convince me to move on. And she knew I was aspired to be successful in business and be like my uncle and blah, 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 blah. And she was just listen, you're going to need a partner who can be by your side at very important dinners. She's if you want to be successful in business, you're going to, it's a lot about networking. It's about you're going to go to events, and you're going to need a partner to do business with type of thing. And I was yeah, but she's great, blah, blah, blah. And she was trying to tell me my current girlfriend was just not it. Anyways, we were at this dinner last night, and it was, it was an important dinner, and it was just it was cool to have Natalie there because she's such a boss, and and it really is true. You don't know sometimes who you end up with or who you marry, and you don't know how they're going to handle themselves and certain environments with certain people, and to be able to have you, just kick ass in that type of environment is something I really appreciate.
I feel it's probably because I'm just
amazing.
No, I'm just an old soul. I'm just mature
Yeah.
for my age. I'm just so mature for my age. And I feel that's probably why.
Anyway, so we got done with the dinner.
No, wait. We were at work, and we brought my mom and River to work because we're just going to jet straight from work to Vancouver because it's an hour and a half drive. We have this Airbnb we got to check into. We want to maybe run to the grocery store to get a couple things, We have to be here at the studio recording this episode kind of early. So we were that's our plan. And then they were hey, do you want to come to dinner? We were oh, we really should do that. So we go back to our hotel, order room service for my mom and River. My mom puts River to bed. We go to dinner. We're there for 2.5 hours.
It's fun. It's charming. Natalie's making everyone laugh. I'm talking to people.
Nick's being relatable.
I'm being business-like. We're talking strategy.
Mhm.
Yeah. And now it's 9:40. It's 9:30, and we're oh fuck, we gotta go.
So we go back to the hotel. Nick picks up River. She's dead asleep. He's carrying her through the hotel, down the elevator. Me and my mom get the rest of the bags. We get down to the car. We put River in the car seat. We pull out of the garage. We were trying to figure out the maps, and Nick's oh my God, we have no gas. Where's a gas station?
Yeah, we have
Oh no.
yeah, and
Not
if you're familiar with Whistler, it's an out of season ski town. And apparently, gas stations close at 10. It was 9:56.
When you realized that we had no
when
gas.
I realized we had 10 kilometers of gas left. And for all you Americans out
Translate.
there,
Kilometers.
10 kilometers is like, I don't know, 5 miles maybe of gas.
Yikes.
Not going to get you very far.
Not going to get you very far.
That won't get you to Vancouver.
I'm immediately going to panic. I got my entire family with me, a full car, and it's like, where do we get gas?
So Nick pulls up the closest Chevron and he's like, oh my God, it closes. And like, it closes at 10. So in like 3 minutes. And
we're 6 minutes away.
We're 6 minutes away. I'm like, well, the inside closes, not the pumps. Like they don't turn off the pumps. Like you can still like pump your gas. So we go to that one. Nope. All the lights off.
No. We pull up. The lights are on. We pull into the driveway. Lights turn off.
No.
And every screen on the pump goes, sorry, pump not available. Sorry, pump not available.
So
and we were like,
there wasn't like an attendant there who like
Nope.
could just
There was
bend
a
the
woman
rules for you?
inside.
Like it's like a
and my mom was like, there's someone inside. So Nick like gets out of the car. He like goes to the doors. He's like waving his hands.
They're
She has her
ignoring me.
purse on. She like goes out the back. Like she's like, I'm clocked out. Like I'm not helping you.
I'm like, all right. So we get back in
I'm
the car.
crying.
I call some people. I'm like, what? I don't even know if we have enough gas to make it back to our hotel that we were staying at Whistler, And I'm like, I guess we're going to have to wake up really early to get to Vancouver. I don't fucking know. I'm kind of freaking out. But my main concern is I can't run out of gas with my entire family in this car in the middle of fucking nowhere. And just to get a mild complaint, Whistler, I get it. I'm new to your town. You guys have been a very charming, very successful city for a long time. So fuck me. But like Whistler, even in its off season, is a very busy tourist city.
There's like dirt biking and stuff.
It's not the middle of nowhere.
You need
There's
gas for that.
There's traffic. Pretty regular traffic, even at 10 o'clock at night. Does no one need gas? Like
It was crazy that they turned off the gas pumps. I've never seen that before.
there's no
That's
open gas station in
Evil.
20 miles at least.
Yeah.
Anyways,
And there's this one that I like look up and I'm like, okay, this one is 2 miles away. So we go to this one and it's like this is like some construction site. Like I don't know what the hell this is, but like this isn't a gas station.
like lights are off. It's pitch black. I'm like, I'm not getting out of the car here.
Did y'all ever feel like you were in a horror movie while all
Yes.
this
Oh my
was
God,
happening?
yes.
Oh my God, this was horror movie. This was absolutely
Slasher
horror.
was gonna come
Yeah.
out of the woods.
I'm on the
and
edge
kill
of my
us.
seat. I'm like prepared for a jump scare.
Oh, it gets worse.
Yeah.
And so that's just the beginning of our night. And so then I'm like, Nick, we're sitting at this like stop sign, like be like, what the fuck do we do? And I'm like, we're just sitting here. Like let's just go back to the hotel. We'll sleep tonight. We'll get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, drag the whole family to Vancouver, whatever. So we go back to the hotel. As we're about to pull into the hotel, we get a call from someone who was trying to help us. And they're like, so there's this gas station. And they give us the exact address to the place we were just at that looked like a closed construction zone. And we were like, no, we were just there. Like, it's not that. She was like, no, this tow person told me that this is where they get gas when people run out of gas on the side of the road. Like it's a pump your own. Like it's like an old school gas pump.
Oh my God.
And so we were like,
Pump your own.
I'm
okay.
like, do I have to
Can you
siphon
explain
it
that?
out of the pump? Like, what are you?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Like
so
a-
we.
You have the thing in your mouth like a fish tank. Just hoping.
He's pulling it from the ground.
literally.
But we had already driven back to the hotel. So at this point, no fucking gas. And I'm
No
literally thinking,
gas.
do I go to this place that we were just at that didn't look like a gas station?
On foot?
Because we're not, if we go there and it doesn't work out, we're not getting back to the hotel. But I called the tow truck place and they're like, yes, it's there. And I'm like, all right, well, I might be calling you if it's not, because I'm going to
tow?
need a tow. So we go there and sure as shit, like there were pumps there and it was definitely
In the dark.
in the dark.
Just like
Wait, guys, I need a timestamp. What time is it now?
It is
probably
10:45. No, it's like 10:20, 10:30
Yeah.
at
Oh,
night.
God.
All you guys want to do is watch Love Island.
So yeah, it's like, and so I was like, all right, well, it's going to be, we'll fine. We're going to get in at like 12:15. Fill up the car with gas. All right.
I had finally gotten River back asleep. So She was back asleep. We're like, let's hit the ground running. We get in the car.
Well, that's the thing, because
we're
like every
gone.
time there's this crisis and every time the car stops, the River wakes up, she starts crying. So when you're feeling panicked and your baby starts crying, the emotional stress that creates is just, it's a lot.
It's unlike any other.
So anyways, crisis averted. All right, we got gas. We're heading to Vancouver. We are meant to stay
In a Vrbo.
in a Vrbo.
That's not a real word.
It's not
It
a
is,
real word.
for those of you, it's not an Airbnb. It's like an Airbnb. You know, it's like not a hotel.
Yeah, you're like renting someone's apartment or something. And after we had been in, obviously, a hotel for 2 weeks, we were like, we'd really love to like have a kitchen and be able to cook our daughter breakfast and lunch. And so we ended up not going for a hotel and going for this rental house.
I'm already nervous because my team sends me like photographs, a QR code, all like pages of instructions of like, and it's, you know, I'm like, we're going to be getting there at 12:30 a.m. and I'm already like, this is gonna be a problem.
The photos have like arrows of like which street to turn down. It's like, this is gonna, we're in for a doozy.
No.
That's never good. When they have
It's
to send you
never
pages
good.
of instructions, I'm not booking.
And anytime there's a QR code, I'm like, I don't trust a QR code. Give me some digits. Give me a password.
Yeah.
Give me a
Immediately
lockbox with a
canceled.
key.
I want an old-fashioned lock.
I want a key.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
problem when you have
Send
when
me
you
a key.
become bougie and you have a team and people working for you. Not you guys. I'm talking as, you know, you guys are lovely. My other team, I guess, is that you rely on them to get shit done, and then you don't pay attention to the things you like. You know, like I was just like, oh, where do we go? And they send me all the information. So the first time we're even looking at any of this shit is like 12:20 a.m.
That's definitely our bad. We were so busy with work
that's our
and
fault.
dinner and river and driving that we just like never got a chance to
That's
study
our fault.
study up on the instructions to get into this place.
We didn't do a whole like pre-show plan of how to check into our Vrbo.
So whenever I go to log into the Vrbo account to like, okay, we don't even know like the building number, right? Like we have the address, but it doesn't say what unit. We know the garage in which to park, but we don't know like how do we get the keys. So I go to log into the account and it says the email account that it's under is Nick's team. And so it's like, please put in the verification code sent to your email.
Oh, no.
Oh,
We're like-
the email we don't have.
Perfect. So we're like calling everyone on Nick's team at 12:30. Everyone has their phone on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah.
No one is picking up. We're sitting now. River has woken up. River's woken up and she's like, I'm ready to get the fuck out of my car seat.
She thinks it's 6 a.m. She's in a mix of
she's ready
great
for the
mood.
day.
As soon as she is disrupted, it's like
All hell.
all hell.
Yeah.
And she's going in waves of, hey, it's 6 a.m. I'm in a great mood, to screaming like she's never screamed before.
Yeah. So we finally get a hold of someone on Nick's team named Amanda. God bless her sweet soul. She, I guess, had woken up to one of our calls. Technically, she's my manager. So obviously my manager would answer because
She was
she's amazing.
definitely the most helpful of the group.
Yeah.
Shout out Amanda.
She said she woke up, she answered our call, she saw our pleas, and she was like, oh, I have the code. Okay, here's the code. This is what you need. Use this QR code to get into the garage. We find the garage. We're scanning this QR code and it's not working.
Not working.
To get into the garage.
Aw,
Those
the
never
QR
work. That's
It
the
code.
thing.
never works.
Thankfully,
Leia.
someone is coming
They never
out
work.
of the garage. So we are able to get in the garage. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. Maybe it was just the outside. Well, to get into the building requires the same QR code. And that thing did not work.
So now it's 1 a.m. and we're scanning this QR
For
code
20 minutes.
over and over and over. And it's just flashing red lights. So he's on the phone with Amanda. He's like, this isn't working. She's like, I'm getting a hold of someone at Vrbo. Like, I have to call
No,
you
she's
back.
not.
No, she's not. She's on hold. No one's picking
No
up
one
at
is
Vrbo.
available.
Everyone is asleep. So finally, I'm like, we've just got to find a hotel. Like at this point, it's 1 a.m. River's getting like, she's done. She's over it. We have an early morning. Like, let's just find a hotel. So Nick finds, we were staying at the Fairmont in Whistler. So he's like, okay, here's a Fairmont in Vancouver. Let's just go there. So we go there. All the doors are shut. It's all black. They have like signs in front of the doors. We're like,
this is a
what?
hotel, right?
You
Like,
can't
I don't
shut the doors. Like, what if we went out for dinner? How do we get back in? So finally, we find like the back parking lot and all the doors are locked, and it has a big sign that says, at this time, only registered guests can enter the hotel.
They're like, press a button for the doorman. He comes out. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry. We're sold out. You're crazy.
So then I call every hotel in the city of Vancouver, and every hotel is booked up.
Vancouver, you're popping off.
Popping off.
You are booked and busy. The weather is nice. People are coming to Vancouver. Congratulations to the tourism board of Vancouver.
Truly.
You're crushing it.
Truly.
You're absolutely crushing
You guys
it.
are in a much better mood than I would be in.
I think we're honestly a little delusional at this point. So I'm in the backseat. River's awake, fully awake at this point. And we have my mom. So we're like, we either need like 2 beds or 2 rooms, or like we need something. And every hotel is like, so sorry. Yeah, booked up. I call one and he's like, we have 1 room with 2 beds available.
Two double
beds. That's it. Or the penthouse suite for $15,000 or something. And we were like, okay. I was like, let me call around a little bit more. I'll call you right back. I'm like, let's just see if there's anything else. Nothing else. I call him back. And when I call him back, River's now screaming at this point, crying. And I'm like, I just called about that room. We're coming. He's like, okay. We'll see you soon. Don't worry. And so we drive to this hotel. And thank God we get into our room.
All 4 of you in the same room.
All 4 of us. And I slept with my mom. Nick and River shared a bed.
The Wedgwood in Vancouver, just a really delightful staff. This really very charming, very helpful. They did the best they could.
So finally it's 2:30 in the morning and we're in our room and River's like, the scream that she had,
it was
going from that one hotel to the Wedgwood.
Terrifying.
And I'm sobbing, holding, like laying on her, being like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm sure you are just like, what the fuck is going on? And it was a cry I've never heard before in my life. And it was awful. I mean, we were all so delusional. We were all just exhausted and like fed up. Nothing was working. So we finally got in that double bed and fell asleep, and now we're here.
But River was freaking out. I'm trying to calm her down. And like our whole like honeymoon debacle, we will remember this night. You know, there's so many nights, even like, you know, we talk about raising our daughter and all these memorable moments. But the truth is, you know, I mean, I don't know. Do you guys remember 3 weeks ago on a Wednesday what you did? I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't remember most days of our life. You know what I'm saying? We are going to remember this night and we're going to remember as a family, like we like stepped up. Like, you know, when you're driving and crisis is happening and all you have is each other, it really makes you appreciate what you have and like doing shit together. You know, there's definitely that element of it. Like, that's definitely how I get through these crises. Like, this is going to be a moment that I cherish someday. Right now, I'm losing my fucking mind. Yeah.
Wait, are you gonna get into this Vrbo, or are we
No.
like done
Fuck
with
them.
this
No,
Vrbo?
we're so done with that place.
I agree, for the record.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. Like, and it was a keypad. Like, there was an option for an access code, and they just decided to give us this QR code that didn't work. And then, like, no one wanted to pick up the phone. And it's like,
Evil.
we have a baby. It's 1
I mean,
a.m.
and again, our bad for showing up in the middle of the night, but like, that's, you know, isn't that the point of, you know, when you travel?
I wanted to get a hold of the man who owned that apartment building. That's who I wanted to pick up my phone call at 1 a.m. in the morning. Not some like worker for Vrbo. I wanted the man who decided to give us this QR code that didn't work.
Anyways,
You guys are stronger than the Marines.
Yeah,
Vrbo's a mess.
we have each other. It's a really weird, trippy thing when your child, it goes, you know, because like River was like also being super cute in moments, and you're like freaking out, and it like does calm you down for a moment, but you're also mad, and you're like laughing at your child in the middle of a crisis. It's a wild experience. Anyways, that was we're just drama, and no one's fault. I mean, Vrbo, I guess.
The only person we can really be mad at is Vrbo and like that gas station who closed at 10.
No, it's not really their bad. I mean, like, you know, it just doesn't really make sense why Whistler shuts down. I mean, we can't be the first people who need it. Like, people drive through Whistler. It's like,
I will say I got a text from Natalie at 11 p.m. and I was like, uh-oh, what is going on?
Did you get a refund for the rental?
Working
You're
on
getting a refund for the
Working
rental, right?
on
'Cause
it.
you didn't even use it. Okay. Yeah.
Working on it.
Working on it.
They right now have a no refund policy.
Well, of course.
Oh,
so
You would imagine
Vrbo?
they'd also have an access policy. We allow our guests into their rental policy, but they don't have that.
100%
by the way,
guarantee.
we check into our hotel in this crisis, and like I'm trying to I almost feel like I have to explain to the guy like why we're in this pickle. You know, like, am I just a bad dad? You know, did we not plan for this? Like, how did we just show up and be like in a panic, need a hotel room in the middle of the fucking night? So I'm like, we couldn't get into our Vrbo. He's like, yeah, that's a thing here.
We get a lot of those.
Literally.
Right?
See, this is why you need a company with a real name. You got to use a word that exists, or else it's not going to work.
What
so
is
true.
Vrbo?
So true.
Yeah. So
Anyways,
Vrbo,
other than that, we do
Waymo.
have a great episode lined up for y'all
we
today.
do. Trey Kennedy is with us. You may follow him online. He's a pretty funny dude. Anyways, he loves reality TV, and he's going to break down episode 1 of Love Island. It's good to be back, Islanders. It really is. There is just
Summer
something.
has begun.
It really takes me back. I talked about this the other day on my TikTok of like nostalgia and that feeling. And honestly, like watching Love Island takes me back to the lake house in that room that we'd stay in with that massive TV that like your parents took from some other room and put in there. And it was like summer and it was hot outside and we would get in bed and watch Love Island and you'd
It's
fall
where we
asleep and
discovered,
I'd
yeah.
keep going. Like it took me back and I'm excited to be back.
You know, obviously,
Yeah.
the intros are really fun. I don't know what they spend on all these like licensing for music, but like I'm so appreciative that Peacock makes that investment because it just makes it fun when you have all
their
these like
soundtrack.
mixes and soundtracks tied to these cast members. Like obviously it's episode 1, so you're like it's like you're 40 minutes in and you're still like getting to know people. But like boy, once they get going, they get going. It's
Yeah.
just like, oh, and
Yes.
we're making out. Yes. This is great.
Everyone's
we'll get
making
into
out.
we'll get into it more later. We got any headlines?
Wait, I'm screaming at this daily dilemma that Justin thinks.
What do we got here?
Yes. Okay. Can we talk about this? Because Justin and I got into, somebody the other day thought that Justin and I were brother and sister.
Oh,
I mean,
I love
Look
that
nothing
for y'all.
alike.
It's because we
brunettes.
act like brother and sister.
you're brunettes and have a
look
very
nothing
intense
alike.
dynamic.
Y'all kind of see it.
We
Well,
act
remember,
like it.
They
y'all,
have
y'all-
brown hair.
yeah, y'all look more like
Yeah.
now versus when Justin had like that purple hair.
Oh, don't even bring
Or the
that up.
blonde era.
Or the
I love
blonde.
that era.
Justin, you always look good.
Thank you.
Okay, so
So
talk about it.
we were fighting about this.
Okay, I have a belief that if your airplane flight is less than 5 hours, there's only 3 reasons you're using the bathroom on the plane. And these are the reasons. 1, to take a nude. 2, you have an OnlyFans. 3, you have
Isn't
really
that
bad
1B?
ideas. There's no other reason.
You can't just have to pee.
You can go
Honestly-
pee before the flight. I'm like, what is the reason?
I agree.
Nicotine addiction.
I
No.
agree. I don't use the airplane bathroom. I go before, I go after. I can't get in there. It's a tiny room.
I will say, if you are a dad to change a diaper, there is that. Natalie wouldn't know. Natalie again, mother of the year. She does so much for River. There are the finer details of motherhood that I should know and I don't. For example, yesterday before we went to dinner, River was upset. Natalie is calming River down, and she's like, "Can you order room service for dinner for River?" And I'm like, "What the fuck should I order? I don't know." She's like, "Figure it the fuck out." And I was like, "I don't."
He was like, "What does she eat?" He's like, "Can I get the steak medium rare?"
No, I mean, I know what she eats, but I just know Natalie is very particular. And I just was like, I'm going to order something. And then she's going to be like, what the fuck is this? Anyway, she got a grilled cheese.
Nick ordered her
Oh,
grilled
that
cheese and
sounds
fries.
delicious.
And then I was like, "What did you get?" He's like, "Grilled cheese and fries." And I'm like, "Fruit? Sweet potato fries? Did you get the tomato soup with the grilled cheese?"
Vegetable.
Anything?
Anyways, as a dad who looks for
Dad
ways
dinner.
to help out my wife parenting our child,
Changing the diaper on the airplane.
I'm the airplane diaper changer. And honestly, I don't mind it because every time I do it, I look like a fucking hero to the rest of the people on a plane. It's just like everyone looks up and like, that's a good dad. That's a great father. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, hmm
He does it for
Are
the
you
ego
holding
boost.
her like
Yeah.
Simba?
yeah.
Yeah.
I
No,
changed the diaper.
It's really
Like,
all
smell
about
that?
me.
Nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So there is that. I will. Has
Bef-
anyone pooped on a plane?
No.
No.
Yes.
I threw up on a plane once,
That's
Oh, I've thrown
inhumane.
up.
but
On a
that's
plane.
because I got sick on a plane. But it was a flight to London, so it was like a long flight.
Longer
so
than
that's
5
not
hours.
longer than 5 hours, and I threw up.
Holding your pee
but-
to not use the bathroom is crazy. I'm sorry. Like it's not that bad to pee,
so
especially
is holding
But
your
what if-
shit. It's only going to make you constipated.
For the
If you have a
boys, for the
window
ladies, I
seat,
totally
that's rude.
understand it. I would never. I would hold it.
Go before the flight, after the flight.
Oh, for sure.
Don't
but-
drink
I
water
do
on the
feel like
flight.
I do feel like for men though
Dehydrate.
it might be difficult because of the turbulence to like keep it
No,
steady.
that's why it's
Ew.
disgusting. That's why if you
That's
do
why
use
it's
the bathroom, you have to do
disgusting.
it right when you board because it's like if you go mid-flight, there's
It's disgusting.
everywhere.
But if you
Whatever, I'm
if
gonna
you have a morning
shower.
flight and you're like trying to drink some coffee is like a natural laxative. Like
So you've shit on a plane?
no, but like even like it makes you pee more too. So like you might pee right before the flight and not realize that you've had 2 cups of water and a coffee. And once you break the seal, like 20 minutes later, your body's like, I'm sorry, we didn't get it all out. And
All
I
I
ain't
have to
holding
say
that
is
pee.
if you're getting up during a flight and it's less than 5 hours, I'm giving you side eye. I'm like, you're going in there to do something.
Listen,
That's fair.
I actually like disagree.
You're
with
going in
all
there
of
to hit
you.
that
I
vape,
I'm
you
peeing.
addict.
I am not only going to the bathroom once. I'm going to the bathroom at least twice on a 5 hour.
I'm
less
sorry.
than
That's
5
crazy.
hours.
Am I crazy that I'm like, why would I get up to take a nude in an airplane bathroom? It's already uncomfortable enough to go in there with the amount of space you have. I'm
Yeah.
taking clothes off and taking a
People
photo.
are doing that.
I will say, Natalie sent me a handful of airplane nudes, which I appreciate.
Oh.
Yeah. In our early,
So you
early
are
days of
taking
our-
nudes
our
on the
love
airplane.
I
life.
told you.
Yes, that's the only thing you're supposed to do in there. The people who are doing their makeup or their skincare in the bathroom of an airplane deserve to be locked away in prison.
This makes
I
sense
agree.
getting
No,
to know the team. And I say this with love to both of you. This is not meant
Who's both?
Who's
To be
both of
anything
those?
but love.
There are 4 of
There are
us in the
multiple.
room.
Leia and Justin, because I think Leia has by far and away the least amount of shame on this team. So the fact that she's pooped on a plane makes sense.
Hey,
And Justin
I
probably
poop
has
on
the most
every
shame.
flight I take.
Hey.
Yeah,
climb
maybe.
Cringe Mountain, mama.
No, I'm
Listen,
with Justin
it's-
on this
it's,
for
it's
sure.
the best time to go.
Thank you.
It's loud. Nobody can hear you. I'm never
Oh my
going to
God,
see
that's
any of these
awful.
people again.
What's the face you make when the person's standing in line? You're like, sorry.
When you open that
enjoy.
door.
Oh, I'm really fast.
Yeah.
TMI, but I'm fast.
Okay.
There's actually there's an episode of the other two about taking a nude on the plane and then sending it to somebody, realizing it's a live photo, and then like it causes a bunch of
Oh, I was just
chaos when
talking
you
about
land.
live photos the other day and how
Yeah.
they're terrifying. Like
Yeah.
you really got to be careful with your live photos.
Wait,
Yeah.
speaking of planes, did you see the Delta airline flight where the girl was singing Moana?
Oh my God.
To quote Wendy Williams.
How would you guys feel if a little kid got
to all
up
of
in the
them.
middle of like
she was not little.
delay?
She was like 14.
Oh yeah, I saw
She was
that.
grown. Well, she was.
And her
Yeah.
She was
mom was
elementary
standing
school.
next to her.
She was old enough to know that she shouldn't do that.
That's terrible parenting.
I'm texting about that kid. I'm just kidding.
Role reversal?
Y'all, someone DM'd me and they were like, "Oh, I didn't ask me anything the other day." And someone asked, "Are you still getting crucified for your airplane text story?" I'm like, "Was I getting crucified?"
For anyone who doesn't have a kid, they hated you.
They're
I'll-
like, "Are you getting slammed by the internet?" I'm like,
Yeah.
was I?
every once in a while, Natalie gets some DM being like, "I don't know why you get all the hate that you do, but I love you."
Yeah, I
It's
don't
like,
know why
okay.
everyone hates you and talks so much shit about you nonstop and does this and does that. But I am here to say I'm a fan. I'm like,
Could've just led
That's
with, "I'm a
so
fan."
weird to send.
I'm like, okay, I actually won't sleep tonight.
It's mostly my fault because that
Like,
was definitely
for bringing that to my
that was how people complimented me early in my Bachelor days. Because like people wanted to let them know that like I'm the one fan that you have. You know,
Yeah.
I rode for you, Nick.
I'm sorry the world hates you.
You should
but I love
respond to
you.
my DM because
Yeah.
I am loyal.
I will say shout
I'm
out
not like
to
all the other haters.
all the people who came up to us in Whistler and said hi, who listened to the podcast and introduced yourself. It was lovely to meet you all. Thank you for saying hi.
It was so funny. This grandma to a little boy who may have been around River's age. We're at the playground in the village of Whistler. And she comes up to me and she was like, I had like said something to her son. He was like playing with River or her grandson. And then she walks over to me and she was like, "I just have to say, your wedding photos, gorgeous. And I was like, oh, thank you. And she's like,
Aw.
sorry, that sounds so weird. And I was like, and she was like, oh, and I
Yeah, a little.
and I loved, she said, and I loved something else that I did recently. And I was like, oh, no, I'm the same way. If like people I follow that I see going on trips or doing something, the next time I see them in person, I'm like, oh my God, how was that trip with your grandma? And they're like, what? I'm like, you posted about it. Remember? And so I'm like, no, it's not that weird. I do that to people all the time. But anyways.
Couple headlines before we jump into Love Island with our friend Trey. JoJo confirms she's in a relationship.
Yeah, how
I
do
thought
we
she was
feel
supposed to
about
do that
that?
here.
She lied to
She
us.
lied.
I want to say this
She-
very carefully because I love JoJo. I'm happy she's happy. She told me about it last week. You know, my response to her, I was just like, "Are you happy?" She's like, "Very," and then I'm happy. I guess this Chris guy, JoJo, has nothing but lovely things to say about him. I don't know anything about him other than what is out on the internet. His ex-girlfriend, what did she say?
I think she just said like, JoJo's really famous.
Which
like, that
again
was
might
her-
just be a bitter
An
ex.
ex-girlfriend saying something.
Yeah, just an ex being an ex. The ex is exing. But you know, like JoJo is like a little sister to me. And JoJo is 22 years old. You know? I mean, I don't know. Like I remember being 22 and falling in love and having romantic feelings and having people who cared about me. Like, you know, I hope Chris is everything that JoJo thinks he is today because love can be blind. And I look forward to meeting him. And I hope, how old is Chris?
Not Nick being like the dad of JoJo. Like,
I
how old is this young man?
He's 32.
I'm, you know, JoJo
He's
is
32.
Okay. That's,
Yeah.
that's fine. I mean, JoJo, let JoJo, you know, one of the things I loved when I met JoJo is like, you know, I met her on Special Forces, as you guys know. And, you know, there was a cast full of people, you know, professional football players, NBA players, you know, Bodie Miller, Olympic skier, who was like, you know, JoJo was a leader in that group. She is a very mature,
She's
very
badass.
self-confident. She's a badass, you
Yeah.
know. She's also 22, you know. And so like in some ways of life, JoJo, she would make me feel safe in certain situations. She knows how to handle herself. So I have no doubt about JoJo, but like, again, love fucks us all up. And I'm, you know, Chris, I'm just saying, just
Treat her right or
I
I'll
got the
come and
shotgun.
find
I'm
you.
just saying, I just be the guy you are presenting you are today.
Nick is sitting up front like with a
Yeah.
shotgun.
Anyways,
I'm happy she's happy.
did you see Kylie Jenner give us the definition of girlhood?
No, I did see her
Right.
give us her CCs. her breast
Exactly.
I
Which is
respect
and
that.
that is
Definition of
exactly what
girlhood.
that is exactly what this is girlhood. This is what it's like to be a girl's girl.
Mhm.
So this content creator, Rachel Leary, posted on TikTok being like, Kylie Jenner, this is for you. We need to know what you asked for your boobs. Or if they're natural, like pop off. But if you got them done, like please give us the details. What did you ask for? What are they? We need to know. And Kylie Jenner,
like, what's the recipe?
what's the recipe? Which honestly, working in plastic surgery, there is such a recipe. And like, there's a lot of ways that you can do a breast augmentation. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of ways. There's a lot of like and she gave us the details. She responded to Rachel's TikTok and she wrote 445 cc, moderate profile, half under the muscle, silicone, Garth Fisher. Hope this helps. LOL. Which was just
The
like,
hope this helps. LOL.
They giving
the
her
hope
doctor.
this helps
Love her.
is like so good. Like,
Get ready, world, for a lot
no,
of.
get ready, Dr. Garth Fisher, because you're about to be real booked and busy.
Yeah.
Did you guys see her suitcase leave it? So obviously dating Timothy Chalamet, New York guy, huge Knicks fan. They've been going to all of like the semifinal games. And she posted a picture of her suitcase, which was like Knicks colored lingerie.
Period.
Anyway, that really made me
Her
laugh.
girlfriend.
I was
She's
like,
very supportive.
Yeah, all of New York just deemed Kylie Jenner a good luck charm.
yeah.
They're like, she's in
As hell.
Indiana, we're gonna win. She would never come
And
to
then-
Indiana. They're like, this is and
They
then
didn't.
unfortunately they lost.
She also reposted a Kim Cattrall meme of her from Sex and the City of Samantha being like, the Knicks lost. I'm not gonna have sex tonight.
All right, coming up in a moment, Trey Kennedy to talk a little Love Island, and then following Trey, we'll get into the Valley. I want to talk also just we didn't want. We're going to talk Summer House Thursday. I know many of you probably watched the episode last night, but I do there's a lot of speculation about like next season. What's the cast going to look like? Who should stay, who should go? We're going to talk about who we think of the current cast should stay, should go. If you were the casting director for Summer House, what would that cast look like for you? If you haven't listened to the Going Deeper episode from yesterday, Dakota is on, and oh boy, is it a doozy. Obviously, one of the most talked about men on The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Also, can't really talk about it today, but there is a big announcement coming out tomorrow that I will just say, I'm super happy and
oh yeah, I'm so
very
proud
cool
of
to be a
you.
part of it. Many of you who are listening now know what I'm talking about, and yeah, it's gonna. I just say, we promise you fireworks for the 4th of July weekend.
And there's extra fireworks probably for 4th of July weekend.
Oh my God, so many extra fireworks.
So many fireworks in the sky for 4th of July.
But it was an honor to be a part of this project. So is Trey ready to go?
Trey is ready to go.
Well, it's the time of year where the weather is unpredictable. Is it hot? Is it cold? Sometimes one day it's beautiful out, the next day it feels like winter again.
Or it's so hot during the day, and the second the sun goes down, it's freezing.
Yeah.
It's winter.
Yeah. Well, if you ever experience that, look to Mack Weldon to make sure you are staying comfortable. Their new tech linen line combines the easy charm of classic linen with CoolMax technology to help you look and feel your best all season long. Explore polos, sweaters, hoodies, and more at mackweldon.com and get 25% off your first order with code VIALL. We are up in Vancouver right now. The weather is unpredictable, and I have been relying on my Mack Weldon to keep my body regulated. They're not flashy, just classic, always in style, and made from the world's most comfortable performance materials. Truly, all the men in your lives are going to love it. So, think of them. Father's Day is almost here, or you don't even need a special occasion. Just think of your man and get him some Mack Weldon.
Mack Weldon's clothes are designed to fit your style and the demands of modern life. They look like regular clothes, but feel like the latest in modern comfort. They're the go-to choice for guys who want to look great without even trying. Give your closet a breath of fresh air for spring. Go to mackweldon.com and get 25% off your first order of $125 or more with promo code VIALL. That's MACKWELDON.com. Promo code VIALL.
There's just something beautiful about an outdoor space. Natalie and I got a new amazing teak outdoor dinner table because we like to have dinner outdoors sometimes. Sometimes you just it's a nice evening. You want to take dinner outside, have a little picnic, but classy.
And it always feels better when you've built it with your own two hands. And it's so easy to build furniture from Wayfair because
they'll do it for you if you don't want to do it. But also, if you want to make your man work for a living, you can do that too. But also Wayfair, they will help you put it all together, making the process super easy and fun.
Wayfair has everything you need to level up your outdoor space. They have patio sets and lounge chairs, outdoor bars and hot tubs, fire pits, gazebos, and of course, string lights. It's so easy to have a one-stop shop where you can make over your entire space with a resort feel without the resort price tag.
And just a reminder, if it's not the outdoor space you need to upgrade, every room in your house can get an upgrade with Wayfair. Our studio, we relied on Wayfair to make sure that it looked as good as it does. They truly have it all.
Free and easy delivery, even on the big stuff. They'll help you set it up. Don't wait. Make your outdoor space your dream oasis today with Wayfair and enjoy it all summer long. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop a huge outdoor selection. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair. Every style, every home.
Trey, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here. Let's talk.
Look at this setup that you're in. It's very
Thank
red
you.
room. I think they say red is a
Thank
color
you.
of aggression.
Are you angry?
That's true. Yeah, well, a little setup. I am. I got some opinions, and I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me on, and thanks for requiring me to watch Love Island, and I'm in.
Oh my God.
Is this your first time? We discovered Trey. Yeah. We discovered Trey. He's very, very funny on social. Does a lot of bits for reality TV. Seems to be also a big Love Is Blind fan. Am I right?
Yes, Love Is Blind. Longtime fan of that. And then I made the Mormon Wives that bit.
Yes,
man.
That one
big fan of that show.
That one was good.
Yeah, we are deep into that show.
You played a Mormon wife quite well.
Thank you. I think that's a compliment. I had my first swig.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, that like you put cream in your soda and all sorts of stuff.
What did you get?
It's
A little bit
unreal.
of diabetes?
I did. Texas Tab. I guess that's a popular one. I don't know what's in it,
Perfect.
but it was, it was
How have you
wild.
been feeling since your Texas Tab?
Pretty good. I have my heart skips every now and then now, and
Perfect.
I just crash, but it was worth it. I got in the Mormon. I did recreated their intro, so I'm like in a pond in a dress, and I live in Kansas, so it's like a buddy of mine's like country friend. I'm using his pond. He
Then
pulls
you
out a
got
gun
shot.
or something. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, before we get into
What
Love
are you doing?
Island, since we have you, and since you watch a lot of Mormon Wives, do you have any hot takes, faves? People you'd love to stick around. People you don't understand. Like, give us some Mormon Wives hot takes, Trey.
Listen, now I feel like they're my friends, right? They saw the video, they commented, so I'm basically part of their group. And I'm not that in the group, if you know what I mean. But I am a big fan, really, of all of them. I think it's interesting when they flip the villains on us, because Demi, that's how you say it like that. Which you see her real name's Demetria.
Yeah.
They've glossed over that. I caught that. I need to know more of that name.
First time I interviewed Demi, I was calling her Demi, and then Brett, her husband, graciously explained to me, well, her name is Demetria, and he's like, if you sound it out, that's how we get. I'm like, no, I get it. I'm sorry, So
say your name right, bro.
Yeah.
Get in your face like that. He's a big dude.
He is. He's a large man.
I saw he was in the NFL. He
played in the NFL?
He was in the NFL for a couple seasons. I saw it on TikTok.
Is that accurate? Can we do a quick Google search?
Someone
do a quick Google.
fact check Trey.
But
Watch him be like,
I think
he
my
played for the
favorite. I
Packers.
love. Listen, I'm kind of a Whitney stan. I'm sorry, but
So is Nick.
Yeah.
she wins me over.
He was a quarter.
I'm-
Let me double check this.
He was a quarter.
Quarterback,
Quarterback or cornerback?
definitely quarter.
The internet says he was
Definitely
a
not a
quarterback for
cornerback.
the Oakland Raiders.
I don't think he has the
He
agility.
was a quarterback.
For who?
The Oakland Raiders from 2003 to 2005.
Hey, I'm just here to educate. That's what I'm here to do.
No, he was a quarterback at BYU, and then after his college career ended, he became a free agent with the Oakland Raiders, who are now the Las Vegas Raiders, from 2003 to
There you
2005.
go.
And
That's
he was
still
free.
pretty impressive. It sounds like he didn't he had a cup of coffee with the Oakland Raiders, but that's a big deal.
Yeah, was he playing? Was it his mission, or was he on the team? That's something we got to look into. But
Maybe
He checked out the locker room.
Yeah, he showed up at the stadium, tried to get him to convert to Mormonism, and they signed him instead. I too, Trey, am a big Whitney fan. Are you equally as obsessed with her hospital video? You're familiar with that, correct?
Nick, I'm very familiar, and yeah, I've watched that many times. And you got to give her
Honestly,
credit
guys,
to go from that to where she's at now. It's a miracle.
It's a miracle.
I have, as discussed, people, we did have a very long night. I do need that pick me up, Justin. If you can go ahead and play that for us. This is a rite of passage for us, Trey.
I think we could get into Love Island, no?
Fine, but I want to play this.
I
shit.
know, honey, but I just don't know if it's in your cards for right now. Can you think of it and play it in your head? I'll do the heart for you.
I could use the motivation. The point to the baby at the end. Boop. That's my boo.
She's like, and if you
I like that
didn't
this
see
one has Carrie
him,
Bradshaw.
Yeah. Just so you know.
my God, it's
all
crazy.
right, Love Island. So you are new to the island world, are you not?
A little bit. I've dipped my toes this first couple of seasons. I really haven't since. And so, hey, if I'm going to come on the show, I better be up.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife, Katie, which, by the way, what's Peacock doing? Would it take 45 minutes?
I
To
know.
finally
Yeah.
happen to you?
I was sitting there refreshing Peacock, like I felt crazy. I was on Reddit. I was on Twitter. I was like following everybody
Same.
else. I was like, somebody let me know when this is up.
Well, picture
it's like
me,
when there's an earthquake.
I was going crazy, but it came out, and my wife Katie, I was like, "Hey, let's watch this." She's like, "Okay," and she's like, "What are we watching?" And then like an hour later, she's like,
Yeah.
I was just like, "All right, I guess we're in. We're in."
Yeah, we're trying to get everyone converted. I mean, last season was the first season for us. So like it's everyone's welcome to jump on whenever they're ready.
Yeah.
It's just it feels like summer is here when the Islanders show up. And I'm gonna give Peacock a pass. It's episode 1. They're filming in Fiji. They got a quick turnaround. Technology is hard.
Do you have the bandwidth, Trey, for the 72 episodes a week that they release?
Okay, so that alarmed me at the end. They're like tomorrow night. I was like, oh my goodness. How many episodes are they? All 2 hours as well?
No.
Yeah.
Are they all that long?
They kind of change. Like sometimes they're 50 minutes, other times they're going to be an hour and 10, an hour 15. It just kind of depends.
It depends if they want to show us 25 minutes of glamour shots. My
The
goodness.
slow motion videos take a minute.
They hit us with a lot of B-roll, man. But it was because I watched an early season because we had like a friend of a friend on, so I was like, oh, we got to watch this.
Uh-huh.
So that's all I've done. And she was kind of like in and out. So you're like, that's a bummer. I'm sure you've known friends on a reality show. You're like, oh, and then you realize they're like a little too normal, so they just quit early, and you're like, oh, come on, be a lunatic with everyone. It's fun.
Yeah.
I was very intimidated. I mean, that's why we didn't start getting into Love Island until last year, because I was like, I don't have the bandwidth. I can't do it. But I don't know what it was, but there was something about like as soon as it got done, I was like, I'm ready for tomorrow night. And then you start if you really get into it, Trey, you're gonna be like, oh, this show is filming right now. Like most other shows, right? It's like they filmed this shit a year ago. Are they even still together? What's going on? And you start thinking about like, what are those little guys doing? What are they doing right now? Like, is it avocado toast time? Like, you really start thinking about them.
Oh, I didn't realize. Are they? How quick's the turnaround?
Like 24
2
hours,
days.
48 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that does. See, that makes it pretty exciting. That's wild. I didn't realize that.
No, and that's what's crazy
they
is being on reality TV is a bizarre experience. But like you'll go, usually you're in your bubble. You film that shit, you come out, and then you're bizarrely like back to your normal life. No one who knows who the fuck you are. You're like, it just feels like you went on this really crazy summer camp experience. And then it airs, and then that's a whole different another experience. These people, especially last season, when they got like world fucking famous, they get out and everyone knows who they are. It's actually, it's kind of fucked up how.
Like last season, they had a challenge where they read like tweets about people so they were like learning what people on the outside were saying about them, which was like a crazy, just because they have like no idea. It's like
trauma.
Who does anyone, do people like me? I don't know. It's a crazy concept. But I do have to say that I think my favorite so far is probably Chelly.
Oh yeah, easy.
Right?
Yeah.
I did like her.
And Bella, first of all, the spelling of her name is one of a kind.
No, Bella.
Okay, I thought it was
Bella.
a Bachelor situation where there was going to be a Bella B and he's second. But that's just true.
Yeah,
no, it's just Bella.
But I noticed no one would kiss her. I guess she made it known. I guess that's within the rules of the game. You'd be like, hey, don't just assault me with a blindfold on. I would prefer to take a minute. I guess that is allowed.
I mean,
So good for
her saying that she doesn't kiss on the first date. Nick was like, "This is Love Island. Sorry, you have to kiss on the first date."
Yeah.
What
like,
are you doing?
What are we?
They're behind the camera, like, who got her? What's the point of this?
In her intro, she's like, "I'm mature beyond my years," or "I'm so mature for my age." I was like, "All right."
What does that mean? Like, I'm an old soul.
Oh, that's what she said. I'm an old soul. Yeah.
Mm.
She likes old movies.
I'm just shocked at the age. Several of them were 22.
Well,
Yeah.
that,
I don't know. I guess when you get older, you're just like, can't believe that. You're like, oh my gosh.
They can't get anyone older to like make out.
You're not casting 35-year-olds and saying make out with 2 people 5 minutes into the show now. Like that's not happening.
I'm requesting medical records.
Yeah.
I want to know your dental history. When was the last time you got a cleaning?
I'm not as carefree as I was at 23.
That's literally why I almost never got casted on The Bachelorette, because I was 33 at the time, and they're like, "This guy's gonna be fucking boring." And I was like, "Try me."
Yeah. Well, do we have any like men favorites? I feel like Ace is just loved by every woman there. He's a
Ace and Taylor.
I like Nick. Nope.
I'm a Taylor guy because I'm an Oklahoma boy.
Yeah.
So I'm very interested where he is from exactly.
Okay.
I like him.
I think it was Oklahoma City, if I'm remembering correctly.
Well, he's got to be he's got horses this stuff.
Yeah.
Can't be It's gotta be somewhere outside the city.
Do you think any of these ladies are aware of Ace's Instagram following? Doesn't he have like
Millions
couple
of
mil?
followers, yeah.
He's very
Oh, he does?
influential. Yeah, he's a YouTuber. He's this is not his
I
first
think
rodeo.
Shelly knows because even though
Okay.
she saw him out at a club or something, and like she for sure like they've DM'd and whatnot, so she knows how many followers he has.
Yeah, it was giving.
That's true.
This guy could help me be famous.
Yeah, he has 797,000 followers.
No, on
Damn.
TikTok he has like millions on TikTok. He's like a
wow.
TikToker.
I'm
yeah.
on his Instagram.
I mean, that's a lot for Instagram. So
I like him, and I like the love triangles that are already starting to form between Shelly, Ace. Who else is part of that?
is Yulissa with Ace
but-
right now?
Yeah, she stole him.
but you know he's not really with her.
That's kind of the genius of this show, where they like immediately make it's like, all right, you're a couple, you know, not knowing anything about them, literally at all. But like now that you're a couple, it immediately puts you in a position to look shitty, you know, because as soon as you start kind of like looking around and have an interest in another person, you have to like figure out, you know, what do I say to my girlfriend who I forgot her last name or first name? It's like, what is it? You know, is it Tampa? Like, no, or
Tampa.
Orlando.
The names aren't easy either.
Yeah, no.
The names are not easy.
I couldn't believe the names. They gotta be stage names.
Yeah, the stage names. I'm like, where's the Sarah and the Aaron
Where's
and the we need like
No
Remember when we
Becky.
thought Kaylor was rare?
yeah. Oh my god.
I do already miss fuck. Like what's gonna be our new fuck? I'm really looking forward to figuring out what that's gonna be.
I don't know. I do feel like I kind of had the same like feeling watching the first one of like, ugh, okay, like are these people gonna give? And then obviously you like learn to fall in love with them. I feel like that's probably gonna happen as the time goes on. But I have to say, Austin looks nothing like his photo, his little cast photo they put out. When he
Yeah.
popped up on my screen, I was a little bit of a jump scare.
Like in a good or a
And then
bad
his
way?
In a bad-
voice.
Bad way.
Agreed.
Interesting.
Agreed. And then
Right?
his voice only made it worse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you live in Florida and you're scared of bugs. Grow up. That's all I have to say.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was not a fan of his.
I love Alandria though. That's my girl.
Yes.
I'm really rooting for Alandria and Taylor, and I've decided if anything happens to them, I'm gonna be deeply, deeply upset.
Trey, how do you think Yulissa, who else didn't get kissed in that last challenge? Nick. Oh no, he kissed someone. Bella.
think
Like all
Austin.
the people who they were like, okay, you can kiss whoever you want and we'll no one will know. And then they didn't get kissed at all. How do you feel like they are feeling?
Oh man. Well, that's like the media part for me when they stood him up, and you can kind of, you know, even as a dude, I'm like, all right, those two dudes are, you know, those are hot guys, and that one maybe, and they're like, pick one, and I'm like, surely they had to tell him like, someone go kiss the cowboy, okay, because he can't just stand here all night. It's mean. And then at the end, it was in Austin. He hardly got kissed, right? Unless I'm wrong.
No, I didn't.
No,
think
you're
so.
right.
Yeah, you're just sitting there.
Did Nick get kissed at all? I feel like the ladies don't seem to be into Nick. I know he made out with someone.
I'm into Nick.
Also, Florida guy.
Just 2 feet from you, you just hear.
No, literally. It's like I feel like I would feel the air, you know, like of my man getting up and moving past me, and then to hear you gotta be dead silent out there.
Yeah. Also, like the people's body odor. I'm imagining, you know, these women are going to be like, was it you? You know,
You think they're
Like-
sniffing them up?
blindfolds. You're not fooling anyone. Like, you know who you're getting kissed by.
No, I feel like you would know when it's your.
They should
the
have put
person you're
earplugs
sitting
on them at
next to.
least.
Yeah, if they would have.
We should ask the Mormons. They did it.
They did it.
Ask them next time they're on. Could you tell? Because yeah, I feel like you'd be able to. 'Cause that's why I had that thought too. I guess they really, you know, we've all had blindfolds on for something as a kid. You kind of peek, you cheat.
Mhm.
I guess they just got an honor system. Like, really, hey, don't look down at the shoes. I don't know.
Those were like industrial goggles.
Yeah, they're good ones. And they just bring in the people at the end and
The
just
two new bombshells.
they get kissed. I guess they sign sign a contract to make that legal, and that's funny.
The bombshells are bombing. They're a couple of hotties. You know, we got a Brit, sexy voice. Seems like a good looking guy. And then who's the lady from Arizona?
Charlie and Sierra.
I feel like Arizona is like the West Coast Florida. You know, it's just like it has a reputation for
I agree.
partying, a little bit of trash. Is that
Mhm.
is that fair?
Agree.
Unfair? Sorry, Arizona.
Accurate.
Accurate.
Yeah, it's like what's like the state with the highest STD rate? I feel like it's got to be like Arizona and Florida.
I feel like I would know the answer to that.
Googling.
It's definitely not Oklahoma.
No.
Mississippi.
Yeah, it's Mississippi.
What?
Has the highest rate of sexually
Oh.
transmitted diseases in the United States.
Sorry, Arizona.
In 2022.
No apology.
The 10 highest states: Louisiana, Mississippi, Alaska, South Dakota, Georgia, Alabama, North Carolina, and
Alaska. Those people can see. I thought it was like dark 98% of the time.
Maybe it's highest rate, so it's percentage of like,
Mm.
you know.
Right, so there are only like 10 people there, so
Yeah.
it's like if one of them has an STD.
They all got it.
Mhm.
Well, maybe in the Bible Belt, they're just like not practicing safe sex. Maybe that's, maybe that's why.
Hmm.
Maybe Arizona might be promiscuous, but they're also safe.
Well, I am excited for this season of Love Island. I like where we're heading, I like that they start off with the challenges, the messy challenges.
I think both these bombshells are here to stay.
I agree.
I really liked that Charlie kissed Bella on the cheek when he came in and started making out with everybody while they were blindfolded. Like he must have seen their original intros where she only wanted to kiss the men on the cheek, because when he kissed her on the cheek, I was like, okay, that's really nice that you clocked that that's her vibe and you respected it.
Mhm. Respectful king.
Trey, you're married, so you're in love. So let's say you meet your wife, you fall in love, you're early in a relationship. What breakfast are you making her to seal the deal?
Oh, I make a nice homemade pancake. So pancake over medium eggs. Done this many times.
A little sweet, a little save.
Yep. Little you can have some hot sauce in there, and then I can pull a nice shot of espresso maker Americano.
Oh
Oh my God, wow.
It's the classic.
He's very
Yeah.
talented.
You don't go box pancakes, you go homemade, you go scratch.
I do.
Okay, good for you.
And I'm a big advocate for that because it's really only like 5 or 6 ingredients. It's just a couple more steps.
It's
You
actually
can do
really
it,
easy.
It's worth it.
I like to throw
Yeah.
one extra egg in there. Do you go also
Ooh.
baking soda and baking powder?
Yep, a little both.
Yeah, he knows what he's
And I
doing.
cinnamon. I gotta have a little cinnamon in there. That's the
I
little.
don't do the cinnamon.
That's the
Yeah.
little.
Okay.
It's just a
No,
little
yeah.
flavor.
Listen, there's a lot of cinnamon people out there. I'm assuming you do the same with your French toast.
Oh, of course. You don't put cinnamon on your French toast?
No. It's
Wait, you're a new dad, right?
I have a little over 2-year-old and
That's
then
still new.
8-month-old.
oh
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Boy, girl.
Thank you. Boy, girl.
Wow.
Y'all have a little one, right? You have one?
We have one girl.
One girl. Love it. Girl,
Mhm.
dad.
Who's your favorite currently?
My favorite?
Yeah.
Probably the girl.
Oh,
But the boy, he's a little over 2. He's so fun. But 8-month girl, it's just she just sits there and smiles. It's the cutest thing ever.
Right.
Yeah. She's what? She's probably 2, 3, or 4 months away from saying dada. That's gonna be solid.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty unreal. And the 2-year-old though is really talking. It's pretty amazing to be like, he'll just randomly be like this morning he walked up to Katie. He's like, "You look cute today, mommy."
Aww.
Like, this is unbelievable. Yeah.
wow.
How'd you meet your wife?
Instagram.
We love that. Who
We
slid?
love it. Is that how y'all did it?
Yeah.
How'd you do it?
Yep. I
Instagram.
slid.
Yeah.
I slid.
Ooh, I slid. She really wants me to say that because everyone assumes, but no, she had no clue who I was. This is 7 years ago. So I had a little bit of a following, but still building.
Wow.
And
Pop off.
Wow. 7 years ago.
yeah, she gave me a chance. I asked her out I was in Atlanta where she lived, asked her out to dinner. And it was one of those like 8-hour date,
Oh,
hit it
my
off.
God.
Rest is
You
history.
go to Bucktown. Is that one of those things? Is that where you go in Atlanta?
Buckhead.
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 Okay.
You go to
whatever.
Bucktown?
Yeah, blindfolded her.
Bucktown.
I was trying to seem like a world traveler, Haven't been there in a while.
For
Go
sure.
to Bucktown, dude.
You took her to Pound Town?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, I didn't ask if
Too
he
much
closed
Love
the deal on the first date.
It sounded like you did. You take her to Bucktown?
I'm sorry. I don't know. That sounds like
We both made out with several people that night just to be sure.
Yeah, you're like, who was the best?
Yeah,
Who's
yeah.
Love Island coded?
Where's Katie now? She's taking care of the kids?
She is, yeah. She was just taking our oldest to a local
You're like,
kids
I
gym.
hope.
That's what you do. It's all cute. He's working now. He's learning how to play,
Aw.
but it's great. Yeah, I'm like, we have a studio in our house, so I'll go up, have lunch. It's the best. So it's good. I got to
Love
get
that.
the time while I can before I go hit the road and I'm gone a lot, but
Are you going on tour?
yeah, I am going on tour starting in August. About going to like 30 cities. So
Wow.
come see
Where
me.
can people get tickets,
Wow,
Trey?
that's cool.
TreyKennedy.com. Easy.
Okay.
Okay.
Heard.
I imagine it's in your Instagram bio.
Oh yeah, Linktree.
No.
You'll follow me. You'll also post about it. Sticker link.
You'll
all the
click
good
his
stuff that
links,
influencers do.
follow those
Okay.
ads, use that code, send his kids to
It was
college.
the last show of the year is in Atlanta. So
Bucktown.
Oh,
Hell
Get you here.
yeah.
Bucktown.
Bucktown.
Woo!
I have 2 questions for the room. So in Jeremiah's intro video, he says that he's 3 out of 4 a good guy. How would you guys rate yourselves out of 4?
Why out of 4?
Yeah.
I don't know. He just said I'm a 3 out of 4.
Well, I feel like there's a huge discrepancy then between 3 and 4 or 2 and 3. You know, those are small numbers.
I
so I'd
didn't
say
make up
4.
the scale.
I kind of hate the good guy. What is like, like any self-proclaimed good guy usually isn't. It's like,
Agree.
good guys.
No, I
finish
think
last.
he says he's 3/4 of a good guy.
What's the difference?
It's average, right? 75%.
Yeah.
I'd like to think I'm 8 out of 10. 4 out of 5. You could
That means he's not looking for a relationship. It's giving fuckboy.
Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna go 9 just to beat Trey.
You
9
think you're
out of
9
4.
out of 10?
9 out of 4.
9 out of 4.
Yeah,
I believe
9 out of 4. Who's the one who likes? Does Ace like toes?
No, someone doesn't.
No, one
like
of them
Taylor
hates
doesn't like ugly
toes.
feet.
Doesn't like ugly feet.
Okay.
Fair.
Trey, do you have a what is it? Not Wikipedia, a Toepedia, whatever.
I'm on Foot Finder, I believe.
WikiFeet.
Last I checked,
Yeah.
one of those. Yeah, maybe that's it. Last time I checked, I had a really good score.
Can we look up Trey's?
Pull it up. Yeah.
Can we look up his score?
I'm proud of it.
Yeah. Let's.
Actually, share the screen. Share it with the class. Show everyone.
Some people like that. 4.9 out of 5 last I
Let's see
checked.
it.
Oh wow.
How often do you check?
Yeah.
Mm,
More than you would.
You wear
This morning.
slides a lot.
You wear
that the-
slides
is that-
a lot. Is crazy.
That's
Oh God.
oh my gosh.
Oh
yeah,
my
what's
God.
my score? Gorgeous feet, they say.
Gorgeous
the
feet,
top.
but where's the rating?
Gorgeous
Shoe
feet.
size
Oh, wow.
10.
Do what do I got?
Shoe size
62 votes. Nice.
Shoe size 10. They know your shoe size.
It's 11. I want that
Oh, yes, of course.
4.95.
So is gorgeous feet a perfect score
Damn.
then?
But Trey says gorgeous feet next to his. Yours
Mine's
doesn't say
like
that.
unclear or something.
Mm.
Whoa. Yep.
But that just looks like 5 stars, period, across the board.
I don't know if I would be on there, but if I would be curious.
Let's see. Natalie, you're going to have to wear more open-toed shoes if you want to end up.
Oh my God, I'm so scared. Yeah, okay, good. I purposefully cover them. No, I don't have an account. They don't fuck with me like that, Trey.
That's wild. That's like a recent photo. I didn't know people were still out here hunting my. Hey,
They're watching.
they sure are.
Trey, other than your website and for you, people can buy tickets, where can people find you? Plug away, tell the good people where they can enjoy your content.
Sure. Thanks again for having me, y'all. I appreciate it. Trey Kennedy's my name. That's where I'm on all the things: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. People sleep on
You'll
Facebook.
just find it honestly on your For You
And-
page if you scroll.
Yeah, scroll. And the TreyKennedy.com. I'm coming all across the country on tour. My 3rd tour now.
Are you coming to LA?
We will eventually. That's not on the current list of dates, but we'll do more into 2026.
Trey, thanks for coming, man. Glad to have you. Please come back anytime. Go check out Trey, buy some tickets, see his show. We'll see you soon, Trey. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thank you all so much. Great to see all y'all. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye-bye. You know what doesn't belong in your epic summer plans? Getting burned by your old wireless bill. While you're planning beach trips, barbecues, and 3-day weekends, your wireless bill should be the last thing holding you back. That's why we made the switch to Mint Mobile. With plans starting at $15 a month, Mint Mobile gives you premium wireless service on the nation's largest 5G network. The coverage and speed you're used to, but way less money. So while your friends are sweating over data overages and surprise charges, you'll be chilling literally and financially. Say bye-bye to overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with your existing contacts. Ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service for Mint Mobile for $15 a month. This year, skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get your summer savings and shop premium wireless plans at mintmobile.com/VIALL. It is mintmobile.com/VIALL. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, 5 gigabyte plan required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customer offer for first 3 months only, then full price plan options available, taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
One of the things that keeps a lot of us from going to the gym is not knowing where to start or if our workouts will even, work out. Meet Tonal, the ultimate strength training system that tracks your progress to take the guesswork out of working out so you can have the confidence to keep pushing forward. Tonal provides the convenience of a full gym and the guidance of a personal trainer anytime at home with one sleek system. That was always my issue. I'd always be like, I can't go to the gym. I don't have the motivation. I'd lift a couple weights and then be like, okay, I'm tired. I'm going to go home. No, I need a trainer to push me. And Tonal has that built into their system. It's designed to reduce your mental load. So Tonal is the ultimate strength training system, helping you focus less on workout planning and more on getting results.
It's also just sleek and looks good up against your wall. We all know that workout equipment is bulky and heavy and it doesn't look good in any room.
Men,
it's giving,
men
it's giving
definitely
guy.
designed it.
It's giving sleek. It's giving fashionable. It's really great. It's something all the guys can use, the ladies can use. It's for everyone. It's amazing how many different exercises you can do. The training available. It's save yourself all the time in the world. Stop going, commuting to the gym, changing at the gym, wasting time being bothered at the gym, getting hit at the gym. No one likes that. Get yourself a Tonal and enjoy your workouts.
For a limited time, go to Tonal.com to get $500 off your Tonal purchase, plus a free 4-year warranty. That's Tonal.com for $500 off, plus a free 4-year warranty. Tonal.com.
There are 2 more things I wanted to talk about with Love Island before we move on, though, if that's cool.
Sure.
So one of them was Huda has a daughter and she hasn't told Jeremiah about it, but she did tell him that she has a 2-bedroom apartment. And he was like, well, what do you use the other bedroom for? And she was being really sketchy about what she uses the other bedroom for. And he was like, well, what do you use the other bedroom for? Just tell me.
Honestly, we thought it was something sexually
I did too.
dark.
I forgot that she was the one who was the mom. And I was like, what are you using the other bedroom for?
Literally.
And then it cut to her interview and she was like, I don't want to tell him yet that I have a daughter. And I'm just like, what do you guys think?
Well, first of all, I think a lot of people who live alone have 2 bedrooms. I don't think it's that crazy to be like, what's your other bedroom for? I don't know.
Storage?
She's crushing life. My shit, my stuff. I don't know.
A guest
things.
room?
Yeah.
That was kind of weird that he was pressing her on it. It's it's not that strange. Yeah.
Calm the fuck down. As far as her not telling people, I think she has every right to keep that to herself. People are judgmental and they have a lot of different opinions. It's her kids. I think parents have full discretion on how and when they disclose that. Sure, eventually, minus it being Love Island, if you're dating someone in the real world, sure, eventually if you're on date 4 or 5, you might want to tell people you have kids. But I think if you're not comfortable with that, it's your call, I don't know. I give parents a lot of, especially single moms out there, I give them a lot of runway to disclose that type of stuff. So I'm cool with it. I have no problem with it.
Well, getting into the Valley, I have a couple of thoughts. I think this was a performance from Jasmine. The you're a Karen and your vibes suck. This was I need to stay on the show. I need to give them a scene. It felt very produced and not genuine at all.
I feel that's kind of why most people are not enjoying Jasmine on this show, because it just feels like everything that comes out of her mouth feels performative. It feels like I need a storyline.
Well, 100%. But also and they didn't touch on this episode, but of course they show us the preview for next episode and she's bringing up Dark Danny again. And it's
oh my God.
At some point, we've got to move on. This man has apologized several times. Him and Nia have gone to therapy over this. At some point you do have to move on. If you call this person your friend, him and his wife, your friends, you don't just drag out this thing that he did. What month are we in? This was in last October.
This is the ugly side of reality TV, which is this is why I feel people don't think Jasmine's a good reality TV character, because it feels very performative. It feels like I'm saying this to be on TV. Say what you want about Janet, say what you want about Jesse. That's who they are. That like them, hate them. They're great reality TV characters. The fact that Jesse obsessively wants to look like a good guy and he shows up and does what he does is like, that's what makes him a great reality TV character. Like Janet, like, you know, like her or hate her, I like that she is on this show. She is a compelling character. Nothing that comes out of Jasmine's mouth feels authentic. It feels performative. And then like, that's the ugly side of reality TV. For her to like be bringing this topic up, something that didn't even happen on camera, and trying to like destroy this man's character for the sake of a storyline is crazy behavior.
I was gonna say too, I think like a good reality TV star, their storyline is about themselves. Like they might be involved in other people's storylines, but it's like, I know why I'm following you. A bad reality TV star points fingers and makes their entire storyline about other people, because it's like, we don't know anything else going on in Jasmine's life, but we know that she hates Danny right now.
That's a really good call, because it's like, I would love to see Jasmine's relationship with her girlfriend. I would love to like see more of that side of her, but it is like, I don't know if it's the editor, or if it's just Jasmine, but it's like every time we see Jasmine on our screen, it's her like
upset about somebody
stirring
else.
shit or like spreading rumors. Or
I feel like she's just like a Lisa Rinna character. Like you need the person that's making other people's business themselves. And yes, they're crossing
That's
the line, but
disrespectful
they're,
to
like,
Lisa Rinna.
Well, that is what she did on TV.
But she's also not a housewife anymore because people got tired of it.
Right, exactly.
It's like, you got show us what's going on with you and Harry. We don't care for you to tell us these details that we don't know if you're not going to tell us the full story.
Right.
I will say, to be, I guess, the Jasmine defender in the room. I mean, I didn't watch the first season of The Valley. This is my first season, so I don't know. Like, I don't know what her role was in season 1.
it was the
but
Danny story.
It was the Danny. Okay, I will say, like, as far, because this is the first I'm hearing of it. Like, I think her and like the previous, I forget if it was the last episode, the one before, when she was just like talking about her position as like a queer woman in a relationship. Like, I appreciated that, like hearing that on TV, because I don't think that's something that gets talked about on reality TV a lot, and it is like a very specific experience for like a
Representation.
community. Yeah, so I appreciated that. As far as like interest in her and like the drama of the show, I don't know.
I just wish that would come up not in a way of like throwing her friend under the bus and seeking a fourth apology for something that he's already apologized for multiple times, and then on camera saying, you know, I thought I was over it, but like, I don't know, maybe I'm not, as if she's deciding not to be over it just for storyline. Like, yeah, we would love to hear about your relationship and we would love, you know, the representation. It's just, she's going about it in a way that just feels inauthentic and performative.
And it's also kind of like, I agree with Mary, where I'm like, I want to know about you as the person or your relationship and what else you've got going on. But I'm like, it seems like, what's the ultimate goal here is like to ruin Danny and Nia's relationship. They have 4 kids under 4. Like, I'm like, why are we harping on this person to where it's like trying to be like, you're not the person that everybody thinks you are. But I'm like, then just don't fuck with him. Like,
right. And I appreciated that she
and
did
y'all are
have
friends
that
with Jax.
conversation with Danny where she expressed like,
That's
as
what's
a
so
kid,
It's a
crazy.
really-
That they're all still friends with Jax. It's like we're
Right.
sitting here being like,
Yeah.
Danny, who's got 4 little babies, then he's trying to have a healthy relationship with his wife. He blacks out. I don't condone that behavior. I think it's icky. However, I'm just like, you guys are friends with Jax.
Yeah.
And yet we're sitting here being
They
like,
all
Danny is
sit
the devil. You
around
guys
and
are
like
friends with Jesse.
read the messages that he sends Brittany.
I mean, on the topic of Jasmine, a video that is definitely resurfacing is her choking Nick Viall on the
I mean, we've definitely
Bachelor.
talked about it.
So-
You know, we've touched on it a couple times because first of all, I think it was like, oh, that's funny that she was on Nick's season and now she's on the Valley. Like that was the correlation. And then now it's getting a little like, you're really pushing this like dark Danny, he touched me without my consent narrative, which may all be true. But then it's just like interesting because you did do the same thing to my husband when you were on his show. And like,
Well, there's a clip going around of people being like, this is the same Jasmine from Nick's season. And like, you know, a bunch of people have sent it to me. And like Jasmine's in the comments being like, this is iconic. And it's like, oh, well, since we're just like not getting over shit, like, why is this iconic? The truth is, like, you know, I know Jasmine didn't appreciate, you know, she got into her backstory. Like, I did not appreciate the way the show like sexualized me on that show. So that's not necessarily
Right.
the fault of the women. But like, there was a great deal of the people on that cast that like leaned into that narrative. And the truth is, like, the way that like boundaries I had set, communicated, were like laughed at, ignored. Like, if I told you like the specific details of some of the shit that went down that I had to like put up with and go through in ways I was made uncomfortable, like jaws would be on the floor. And I'm not here to like, you know, bring up old shit for other people to deal with it. Like it's a crazy environment. But like Jasmine was blackout drunk from like week 4 until she went home. And like so much so that after week 4 in Wisconsin, like she got so drunk and like did some shit that like I asked to like have her sent home, and for whatever reason was told I had to wait a couple weeks. In week 5, when we got to New Orleans, I was like, hey, what did she have to say to what she did? And I was told like she doesn't remember. So I avoided her in New Orleans.
Oh, wow.
And when we got to the Virgin Islands, when she like choked me, after she got blackout drunk again on the volleyball date, and I was just so fed up with like her behavior. Like the reality is like the stuff that she is accusing Danny of, her behavior and the way she made me uncomfortable was infinitely worse. And like, have I since like laughed it off or choose to let it go? For sure. Like, again, like I give all those people grace in that environment because like there's just a lot of, who knows? I don't know why they chose to act the way they did. But like, again, like in this performative behavior, regardless of how I felt about her behavior, or the fact that like I have decided to get over it, the behavior itself was insanely inappropriate. And for her to like push this narrative on this person who, again, we all know has apologized multiple times, and she's accepted his apology multiple times. And for her to keep bringing it up while simultaneously joking that what she did to me was iconic feels kind of messed up.
There was also a video that I saw of her like trying to pull you for like, I guess it was like a cocktail party or something, and you were with someone else, and she was like, can I take you? And you were like, oh, she just like asked for me. And she was like, well, no, I wanted to. And it was like, you could visibly see you being like, I don't want to go with this person.
There were several people in that cast who, again, like didn't give a fuck about any boundaries I set or communicated. And Jasmine was one of the biggest offenders of that. And like, again, whatever, I have moved on, I'm over it. But like to see her go after Danny in this manner while completely dismissing her behavior is fucking wild.
It also is just crazy to see her like, I mean, she's been friends with Jason for this long. And like for her to act that way towards Jason and towards his wife was just like something I would never do to someone I call a friend. Like that's just like not the way I would approach a friend. It's not the way I would behave. It's not the way I would like speak to my friend's wife. I mean, that was like on all sides of the board inappropriate. And like, I mean, I felt for Jana and Jason in that moment of just like, who the fuck is this person? Like, it was literally like they were like, oh, this person's our friend. And then they turned a switch and like created this scene. And they were both like, who the fuck? It was like Jason, they were both rattled as hell.
Jason literally was like, he kind of almost called it out. He's like, this is fake, like, and I know what it's like to be on reality TV and you realize someone's doing a scene, in Bachelor World, you feel it a lot where you're like, what the fuck is going, what are you doing?
But I think definitely maybe Bachelor World, but you don't really know those people that well. Like Jason's been friends with Jasmine for 7 years.
Crazier.
Yeah.
She's trying very hard to stay on the show.
I mean, it is just crazy, as you were saying before, like all of these people enable Jax Taylor and they're all like okay with the way that he speaks to Brittany and the stuff that he does. And like, I haven't seen one of these people, granted, like he's been in therapy this whole time or lack thereof, rehab or whatever he's at. But like no one, and I hope that we see it soon, no one has stood up to Jax the way that they like, quote unquote, want to stand up to Danny and Mia and be like, your husband's so fucked. He's an alcoholic. He's this, he's that. My ex did drugs and alcohol and I'm comparing him to, like, I feel like everyone is like blowing Danny out of proportion while we have like Jax Taylor, who is over and over and over again shown as he's a bad guy.
Danny, who has 4 kids under 4, who's like, again, like his behavior was inappropriate and not okay. But like the way they are going after this guy.
Jax had to go to a facility because of an incident that occurred right before cameras were picked up. Talk about not being able to keep it in the box. He's throwing chairs, putting holes in walls. And then we're all just like, okay, well, I hope you're doing well in rehab. But Danny, father of 4, he got drunk one night and got handsy. Where, again, I'm not excusing the behavior, but I'm just like the parallels that like we treat Jax, who has even admitted this episode of how abusive he is to his wife and that he's just got used to treating her like shit. We are okay with this person coming back into the group or giving excuses and allowances because he checked himself into a facility for a couple weeks, but we don't have grace for a working father of 4 trying to like maintain his marriage, provide for his family, got too drunk. At least he didn't actually like do something that would be like crazy. Like I'm just like he put his hands on somebody, not okay, but I'm like the way that we're making this out is as if he like
But it's
assaulted
also
someone.
the constant talking behind
They're not-
Danny and Nia's back.
Yes.
It's like I feel like a lot of people on this cast, and Jasmine is one of these people, do a lot of these like the drama happens behind people's back and not to their faces. And it's like
Danny woke up from a nap and was like, "Oh, everyone's mad at me?"
yeah, it's like you brought this up to Danny, he apologized, and then you realized, oh, it's actually like I actually had a problem with something deeper than that. You brought it up again, which I appreciated. Great.
Yeah, it's like it was a one-time offense that Danny did, and these people have watched Jax Taylor over and over and over again. Even the first season, the way he treated her at the lake house when they were all together, no one said anything. Like they all just allowed
right?
him to act that way and to treat her this way. And so it's like now for them to like, for Jasmine to hold Danny to this fire of like, you put your hands on me and you made me call you daddy or whatever the hell happened is like not okay. He has apologized several times. Him and his wife have gone to therapy to work on it. Seemingly he hasn't like acted that way again. He like the last time we saw him get drunk, he put himself to bed. So it's like, how is there not growth? How have we not moved on? It is very desperate for a storyline, and I am over it.
Yeah, and I want to be clear. I'm not saying I'm not over what happened on the show. It's just like annoying to see her act this way and call out this behavior with.
Well, it's just hypocritical.
And you've Brittany over here putting Post-it notes on her freaking security cameras because you've got Jax texting her being like, I can hear everything that you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, she's
Stalking
unsafe.
her.
Like, this is giving enough.
Yes.
Yeah. And yet we're like, fuck Danny. But I'm like, Jax is okay. We'll pick up his phone call and FaceTime and say, hope you're doing well, buddy, while his ex-wife is trying to hide from him.
Yeah,
Like,
we got Jesse spending Michelle's money and being more focused on looking rich than like providing for his family. We have him
Terrorizing her.
trying to veto doctors in the middle of his wife giving birth, but no, let's focus on Danny getting like too drunk.
exactly.
It's crazy, but man, Jesse just not present this show.
He was in a little.
Was he in this episode?
It was
He was in a little
Thank God.
flashback of what the cornhole game that they did instead of the
right.
beach.
Give me more Kristen and Luke.
Yeah, the one couple that doesn't make you depressed.
Truly.
Yeah, Luke's another
It was
also
everybody.
I feel like a pretty stand-up guy. I mean, like even Andy Cohen said like The Valley is the darkest show on Bravo. Like I do think it's getting like don't get me wrong, love the drama, but like someone who used to be called Crazy Kristen, who like seems to have done a lot of work, who has been vulnerable. We've seen her mature and grow on TV. Like give me some aspirational shit once in a while here. I'm just tired of the Jax Taylor check-ins where he gives us performative growth.
And it's so performative because we see the FaceTime calls and then we see what he's doing to Brittany in the same day. It's like,
And we also see what he's still doing now in present day.
yeah, post rehab.
But it's also like Jason kind of pissed me off a little bit with his conversation with Jax, where he was like, and I get like wanting to support your friend, but then everything we've been saying of like at a certain point, I think it's okay to cut someone off, and like for him to just be like, I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you. I'm like, you're talking to Jax Taylor.
Yeah.
Like, be fucking for real for a second.
He's going to do the same shit when he gets
Yeah.
out.
And then immediately you cut to the Brittany thing of like, I can hear you. And it's like, okay, well.
Well,
there
that's
goes
kind of what
that.
Janet was saying when we interviewed her of like, you know, he would have these calls with Jason and be like, oh, I'm doing so great. And this accountability here and this accountability here. And then Janet would go hang out with Brittany and she'd come back home and be like, well, Jax was just doing this to Brittany. And they would like compare notes. And it's like, what? Clearly,
It's just so
none
toxic.
of this is real.
It's crazy.
But I do have to say that I did find it adorable that Luke was having a problem opening up the beach chair, but it's like this man is like building. He's like, when the car breaks down, he's able to look under the hood, but he gets this little chair and he's like, and Kristen's like, do you want me to Google how to do it? I just thought that was really cute.
It's a stroller.
He's a man.
I was
I hope we get
surprised-
Luke changing diapers season 3.
Oh, I can't
Aw.
wait.
I was surprised we
can't
didn't
wait
get
to see
any
them.
La action at the beach.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that she was there.
Oh, she
Oh,
was?
and then we have Sheena talking about her hemorrhoids.
Oh, yeah.
God,
What's
she
up?
is trying
Yeah.
really hard. Did you see she got
Yeah.
obviously some heat from last week's jump
For
in,
lurking?
and she gave
Yeah.
I don't know, she was like in the comments arguing with people
Well, the editors definitely did her dirty.
They
Like,
did.
She definitely said something and they just cut it out, so it
There
looks like
was-
she's just standing there.
There was one
Well, I
point
mean,
when
I don't
she
know.
went,
Like
and then
maybe
it
they did
cut.
cut it out, but it was so good that they cut it out. I doubt it. Like if it was
Yeah.
worthy of
It
TV,
will, exactly.
they would have kept
Yeah.
it in. You know, like I don't doubt she said something.
For sure.
And I don't doubt she said a lot. But like, you
What if
know,
she didn't?
like I don't think that
Yeah.
no one's there being like, you know, has a bone to pick with anyone that they're going to take out good riveting content because Lala slayed. And I will say, like having Lala come back last week,
She
I was
did.
like, you know what, put her in this cast.
Wait,
I'm ready for it. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
do it.
I realized I like don't need to know that any of these people in this group do anal. Like I'm good, you know?
Yeah. Could have
Like-
done. I could have lived my life not knowing that.
I mean, let's normalize it.
No, I get it, but like I don't need to picture Sheena and Brock, like Sheena getting her hemorrhoids and then Janet and Jason like doing, and then Janet being like, Michelle, like what about you and anal? It's like I'm just good. We don't need to put that on TV. Like keep it in your
Yeah.
friend group.
do we
you know?
have to talk about everything to normalize it? Listen, whatever you want to do, people, whoever you
I
are,
actually
it's
do-
okay. You know what? No judgment zone. Be you. If you're an adult and it's consensual, have a party, pop off.
Period.
I actually think we should normalize hemorrhoids.
Okay.
Don't need to talk about it.
Uh,
Like again, we all have bodies. We get it. You know. But again, it's just like TM.
Hey,
fucking
normalize
I.
that between you and your doctor.
It's between you and your doctor.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all humans. We all have funky shit going on. Like, let's not be so insecure. We need to blast it on the internet or on TV that we have to have everyone be like, you know what? Same. I have an itchy asshole too. Like, we don't like just assume
Touche,
everyone's
touche.
butt
Headline.
itches at some point in the day or online. We all see the wiggle.
Yeah.
You know, like it's, you know, like you have jock itch. Great. Shut the fuck up. You know?
have BV. Awesome. I've also been there once or twice in my life. But like we all don't all need to know what your vagina smells like.
Yeah, I'm sorry you're gassy today. You know what?
Yeah.
Same. But like shut the fuck up.
Okay. You guys.
Well, speaking of funky shit, how often do you wash your hands after you go to the bathroom?
Yeah, that
Every
was
time.
crazy.
Oh
I'm
my
so
God.
sorry.
This
Mary
is
has
my
been waiting.
favorite
Wait,
show.
we've got to preface it. This is Next Gen. Obviously, they premiered this week the new like show on Bravo
God
of
hopes.
all
High
of
hopes.
the kids of famous parents in New York City. I have to say, it kind of felt like it revolved around Brooks Marks,
Which is fine.
which is
Yes,
fine.
thank
God.
I feel like he definitely was like, you know, the
Deserving.
Kyle Cook of Summer House. You know, he's a little bit of like the everyone here is like my friend. I've introduced. I've made this like web of people. It felt a little, you know, first episode.
It's first episode.
First episode.
First episode.
But yes, one of the cast members, Georgia, I guess she seems to throw a lot of parties in New York City. Claims she's like never washed her hands. She loves germs. She eats stuff off the
She's
like
pro
ground
germ.
in New York
She's so
City.
germ.
That's disgusting.
And she
never
said,
gotten
"My
the
body."
flu.
She said, "My body, my choice."
Whatever
I'm
happened to my
obsessed.
body,
She said
my choice.
normalize eating
she's a
things off
star.
the street.
No.
I have to say,
Yeah.
Ariana's boyfriend being the heir of
Zaxby's.
Zaxby's is like the craziest thing I've ever heard being from the South. I mean, all hail
Yeah.
our Lord and Savior Grace.
I'm not
Yeah.
familiar with Zaxby's.
It's like Raisin Canes,
Okay.
pretty much. It's like fried chicken, sauce, toast, fries,
Okay.
crinkle fries, you know. And I was raised on Zaxby's, and the fact that he is the heir of it. Also, I did find it very alarming that he's like
Can you-
telling Ariana like, now it's our problem, you sending your mom money. Like, y'all are dating, bro. Like, this is not y'all's problem. Like,
Put
it's her
put
money.
Put a ring on
Yeah.
it. She already had her parents steal her money. She
Also-
doesn't need you.
Yeah, like
You
it's
know.
her brand
Yeah.
deals.
Also, Kim Zolciak stealing her daughter's money.
What the
Crazy.
fuck?
It actually made me kind of sad that she was like, and my mom's doing well and my dad's working. And I was like, oh,
I didn't
it is
realize she'd
sad.
be so transparent about like the
Yeah.
parents' struggles.
In
I'm
episode
rooting for
1.
her.
I mean,
I'm rooting for her
her
and
parents,
Riley's friendship.
if nothing else, they are giving when it comes to like having no
Sure.
shame talking about their personal lives. I could not imagine River getting older, starting to do brand deals in her teenage years, getting a boyfriend, and then going on a TV show and openly having this fucking boyfriend of hers talk shit about us. Like, we're bad parents if that's what happens. It's our fault. That's my nightmare. some fucking guy talking shit about us on TV.
But we'll see.
I love my mother. I'm proud of the relationship I have with my mother. I consider myself to be very close with my mother. A bit of a mama's boy. No shame in that.
Same.
Cute.
Boy, Brooks and Meredith, they are close. They are close. That's that photo shoot.
love
That's
But the people love it. The
I
people love it though.
The people being me. Give
and
me more.
I do love it too.
Yeah.
And a sister.
Yeah,
They're like
they're-
little tripod.
Chloe. Oh my God. Charlie, I cannot wait until 9 years down the line when this show blows up and Charlie gets canceled.
I hate him.
Well, the show is the new Vanderpump, and Charlie
Yeah.
is potentially the Jax.
He's like
Yeah.
the Chuck Bass in Gossip Girl.
Oh
It's just like
my.
you say every
To be a crypto
inflammatory
trader
thing.
that doesn't make money. I love it.
I listen. I think this show has a lot of potential. Love a New York-based reality TV show, especially since Roni is like having its struggles. Just like whether it's Sex in the City or Next Gen, you give me life in New York, like I'm gonna give you a shot, you know. But let's put respect on Vanderpump's name here. Let's not just call it already in the new Vanderpump. Like
I
you know,
stand
these
by it.
people have a lot to fucking live up to. Do they have potential? Sure. Are we down to give them a shot? But like, first of all, we already have Southern Hospitality that's holding their own in that space. They're doing a decent job. Like we need to walk before we run. Let's not crown them. One
Okay,
episode.
Because they
in.
are around
Yeah.
the same age.
Yeah. You're right. I will say maybe it's not the next Vanderpump, but I do think
I hope it is.
I've seen a lot of chatter online of like, what is the Gen Z version of Girls, the show Girls? And I think it is Next Gen NYC.
Listen, it can be, and maybe it will, and I'm rooting for them, but to be determined.
Well, part of me thinks that Bravo thinks it's the next Vanderpump because they did a cast photo with like a web, and they did that for the first season of Vanderpump Rules. So
Mhm.
that's where I'm like, I think they know that this has the potential.
I also think Bravo Nepo babies, it's much like sports Nepo babies. I think they just prove themselves on the court, and the court in this case being a confessional. And so far, their stats looking good to me.
All right. Well, I think that will do it. If you haven't checked out the Going Deeper episode with Dakota, it is out now. People are talking about it. Don't be the one person in the world who hasn't listened to it. So much to get into next week. It's going to be crazy. Thanks for listening. Subscribe, tell your friends, all that fun stuff. We'll see you back on Monday. Bye-bye. Hey guys, if you loved what you listened to, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.